Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Flying, get on board. We're smiling on top of the world. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. Flying, get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Flying, get on board. We're soaring on top of the
Well, like I said, we messed up and forgot to hit the record button, so we'd be recording the second flight. Anyway, we're back with you. Hey, I know we're in an ad break, so we're going to kind of take it easy here for those on Twitch. Not sure if one's occurring on YouTube or not. But we are at Paro, Bhutan. Royal Bhutan Airlines is about to shuttle us to Kathmandu. Paro, if you're not familiar, I highly recommend this airport. Give it a flight. It is one of the most trickiest approaches you're ever going to fly, either way, 1.5 or 3.3. And I do recommend you give it a try. Today, we luckily made it in on our first attempt. Usually takes 2 or 3 for me and maybe a crash thrown in there. So today, to be able to say I made it on the first attempt, I kind of feel a little better about myself in my flying, and we did it with pretty good running on the landing rates. So as our Twitch users are coming back out of the break, thank you. Sorry for that mess up on my part. I forgot to hit the record as the first song ended. Yeah, I do that from time to time. Ready to go and go. Crud, I forgot to hit it. So anyway, we're up and running, recording both ways. I still one day want to talk with you, Azul, about the restreaming application out there. I know you use it, or I think that's what you use, and try to get a better understanding of it. Anyway, like I said, this is Paro. It is a very difficult approach coming in on 1.5 and 3.3. Either way, because we got to go out pretty much the way you're coming in for runway 3.3. Although, I really can't find an approach for runway 3.3. Even though it says 1.533, I really don't see it. So, I don't know what that means. Probably need to read the extra material that comes in either in the, what's it called? Well, we'll get to that in a sec. Anyway, we'll look at that. Maybe that's where it tells me if we need to land on 3.3. All right. So without further ado, now, during the interlude there, we were able to, with Twitch, show how this next flight is being set up. We used SimBrief with it in Sim Toolkit to set it up. How you do that, we'll show you guys really quick here. Basically, let me pull up my sim toolkit. Now you can do this either way. If you have sim toolkit, you can put sim brief here. Down here on the bottom, you'll see this little tab manager. Click on it. You'll get this. Put your sim brief, the web address you want to use for it, be it logged in or not. Put it there, what size you want it at, and click OK, and it's ready to go. It'll look just like you normally see it on a browser. Okay. As you saw, I also have my navgraph charts there. I really don't use it that much over here, so that's your call. My mind thought of it as completely one-stop flight planning shop, and I find out I don't really use it. So anyway, so then you go in. Now you can use SimBrief, like I said, to plan it, or over here you'll see Plan a Flight. You catch it off the dashboard. Click Plan a Flight. Click, if you did it in SimBrief, load from SimBrief or Advanced Planner. Go through the motions, and it's going to reach out to your SimBrief account, bring it all back, and put it up to the Fly Now page, where you click Fly Now and you get here. I know, the long trail to get to this point. Oh, but now long enough for my nose to start running again. All right, so with that, here's our loadout for today. 145 people, pretty much every seat taken on the plane. 31,900 pounds of cargo. Here's the route to Kathmandu. And planning 1-5, landing 2. And really? I may switch that up to 2-0. We'll see. I think, or yeah, 2-0, I think, is the one with the fun RNAV. We'll see. Maybe not. I may just opt and do whatever runway 2 allows. All right. Now, if I was not the one playing with the weather here, we could click weather. Here's what the real world weather is over in Kathmandu. Calm winds, 6,000. Few clouds at 1,500. Just a beautiful day over there. Could start seeing some fog, as indicated with the visibility kind of reduced. So, you know, it's really, you know, pick your runway. And I have already done the export to VATSIM. We are up on VATSIM. We are ready to embark on flight number 2. And before we get going, I'm putting that up at the top. And this time, unlike yesterday's flight, I am going to... There it is. I am going to make sure we are up and going on Elevatech. Oh, my nose. And all I got to do is put the airplane in here, A5 dash. What? There it is. I was going to say, where I just put this plane in? What's going on? All right, and here we are. And as you can see, we're going to be basically flying right out in front of the Himalayas. Okay, so let's get up in the plane, get our butts ready to go. We're back on the APU. We'll turn the brake fan off. Don't need it anymore. And let's get this thing ready for flight. All right, so the batteries are on. Fuel pumps are now on. They should have been off for the refuel. You heard the fire checks. and the CVR check. I use them more as a sound check for the systems to make sure they're hearable. Speed brakes are already taken care of, so we're ready to, okay, on bat. Let's get IR2. These are your INS setups. Hang on. I see I was reluctant to, wrong in not removing Elevatech. There we go. Okay, I have it on status like I do with the Boeings, and what I'll be able to do is tell where we are down here 7 minutes till alignment. All right, now what I'm going to do in that ensuing time, spring charts in here. There's our flight in here. Let's import from SimBrief and import dark 44 or 400. That is Royal Bhutan 400 on the radio. And there's our route. There are no departures out of here. But what we'll use, you're basically going to fly the valley out. No SIDS. So what I'm going to do is put Zulu back in. So instead of reversing like that, we are going to fly basically like we're on the miss. So we're going to enter this canyon and kind of follow it all the way out to PR 798. Making sure I got this right. And then we'll join the route. That could be where it's showing on SimBrief, but I'm thinking it could very well. Now, when we exit, if you're reading this at 798, hang on. Maximum speed will be 220, so I'll probably still have flaps 1 deployed. We will exit out at or above 11 or 12,000 feet. Actually, 16,000 feet. And then we'll get on course. Okay. And then fly on out to Subsu and so forth. All right. Some of this you may have remembered from the first flight. So that's our game plan for the departure. However, first step is, let me get that back in here. Sorry. Jumped the gun. Don't think we have any coordinates. No. And here's those references, which we don't have. So, yeah, I don't know where these guys are getting all the extra information on this airport. It really is not out there. But hey, power to them if they're able to find it. All right, so what we've got to do is get in here. Okay, remember, next Tuesday or Wednesday, we're looking at an update for our nav graph. Okay, go to your init page, init request, wait on it, and then we'll proceed on. Wait till the whole page fills in. Okay, then clear, clear, clear. All right, since we do not know the lat long here, just click Align, Wind, and Wind Request. Return, clear. All right, I'm going to look real quick. SimBrief has us at 30. We'll fly at 39. And bear with me 1 second. Right, flight number 2 is up and going in the ACAR system. Now watch this be a super simple, very easy arrival, and I make 10,000 feet a minute on the landing. All right, so let's head over here. Go to the next page using the arrows. And 121.8 was actually 121.9 diagonal. 28.6, 28.6. So we'll get that adjusted. We're at 13,801. So 13.8. And that just makes minor adjustments, but more importantly, those adjustments play out later in flight planning that we don't even know about. Okay, go to plan. Let me just make sure. Okay. And over here, we're going to F plan. Okay, we're departing. Runway 15, no SIDS. Insert. So we'll fly whatever it shows. And unfortunately, it does not show us. We'll see how that works out. More than likely, we'll work it out till we get above the mountains and then turn on course. So, and if you missed it on charts, I'll show it to you, but 26,300 is the safe altitude here. Yeah. All right, so continuing on. Let's just step through. There's Pro. Subsu, we kind of did. BGD, we did. Now we're going to Medum. Tumli, Kitmi, or KIMTI. And then we start into our arrival. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring charts in. We'll show this here. Okay, so from KIMTI, we're going to fly an RNAV, RNIP arrival to runway 2. Now, I don't know if we'll have an ILS yet or not, but I'm going to go with this. I think I've already put it to the, yeah, I already have. Got the chart. All right, so now for the approaches for runway 2. Looks like nothing but RNAVs. All about. The fun one is, like I said, coming the opposite. You're turning for it. This one, you're pretty much just flying a straight RNAV. We'll do that. A little bit of zigzagging, but around some hills, but not too bad. We'll do that one. Which happened to couple right up. You're just going around some hills. So now, how does that work over here? Very simple. Click arrivals. We said RNAV Zulu. Coming in on KIMTI. And that is the to Romeo. KMTI 2R. Okay, I wanted to verify to make sure. Via Ratton. No transitions, so insert. All right, and we left off here at KIMTI, KT646. Moonal 4240 and Ratton. Okay. Then from Ratton, okay. Garas, then the 532, 530, 528, Dovum, 524, 522 looks good. Now, I'm going to go ahead get rid of this unless it really shows it. It kind of does. All right, you see our missed approach? How we're basically doing a hard right-hand turn, 200, really 70 degrees, and flying off to whatever fix it is. That is pretty much, other than a little longer straight shot here, how you come in the opposite way. So it all looks good. Good deal. All right, so let's go ahead, get rid of this. And out to Danfee and hold. Now, I believe Danfee Danfee is the other approach that we could come in from to hit it. So, all right. And then if we have to go, we're going to VERC, which is Bursa Munda down in India. Okay, all looks good. Flight plan, backup, and we're ready to go. All right, next up is RadNav. Don't have to worry about that. Perf. Really don't have much to worry about here. We'll just go 150 diagonal uno. Dry. And we'll let it do it from there. You know what? I am going to just try something. Oh, wait. Hang on. Reset. $2992 anti-ice, all good. All good. All right, flexing at 38. Why not? All right, so 150 at 1, dry, request. Jeopardy song starting again. Dun 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 dun. All right, so receive. So if we go toga, 121, 121, 124. Now that almost makes sense, except for flaps 3. Let's try it real quick. Actually, you know what? I think I am going to do that. That's the safest. Let's do it. So 121, 121, 124, flaps 3 and up 0.4, transition 18, all looks good. All right. So our takeoff data is set. We are loaded. And hang on, let's, well, you know what? We'll just do it from down here again. We have to do this anyway, so kind of watch them. From a distance. There goes the caterers away. All right, let's get this going, folks. We got about an hour, 10-minute flight ahead of us. And they're away as well. Now let's scatter the rest of the fleet. All right, let's get up here. We're on the EPU, so good, good. Okay. All right, we're ready to go. Do we have anyone controlling? No, we do not. Again, I wish you all give it a try. It's a little scary when you shoot it the first time, trying to get the plane down the valley onto the runway. It is fun, though. It's a very fun approach. Okay. One last check down here. Let's go ahead. Parking brake set. And let's call better pushback after I do a quick check here. Boarding, perfect. All right. Here we go.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
You know what? Hang on. I don't know if there's an exit down there. There is. Okay. Oh, that's right for the runway. Okay. Oh, so we'll have to back taxi. Got it. Okay. So yeah, we'll face that way. All right. That's what I wanted to know.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
You really don't want me to tell you that, do you?
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Again, it starts like right here and pulls up. If you go into preferences, you'll see how you can do that.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
All right, so let's get to work. Paro traffic, Royal Bhutan 400, pushing back stand 5 for runway 15.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go. Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
All right, we're going to light them up, as he said. We'll start number 2 this time. Fuel pumps on, beacons on. What I did is I turned the cross bleed valve on to help up here at this altitude.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Okay.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
All right, we're just waiting for number 2 to spool up all the way. It is on its way up. Once it gets close to 19.5, we'll get a veil, and then we'll start a 3-minute timer if we don't get going quicker.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
All right, we'll wait to see the signals before we start moving the flaps and all of that into position. Okay. By setting the tug up closer, that gets things going quicker. So I hope you enjoyed that. All right, he's going to tell. In the real world, 2 things should happen when you see him out of the buggy with the pins. 1, your pins aren't in. 2, everybody should be away from the plane. So when you start setting it up, spoilers isn't really a bad thing. We can turn the radar on. 1, 2, 3. And radar, terrain. Okay, now with the flaps moving, if there was someone there, they could get hurt. All right. We're also going to set the trim to up 4. Go to F control and then move the trim wheel till it reads 4. And if you're spoiled on the A380 or a 330, sorry, you got to set it here. Mine, it's always set. Okay. All right, elapsed time. First off, I'm sorry, we jumped one. Brakes are set. Timer on. What's left? Cabin. Paro. Paro traffic. Royal Bhutan 400. Departing 15. Okay, airspeed's alive. 80 knots. Yeah, think. All right, we're on our way. And wow, we are on our way. Sorry about getting quiet there, folks, trying to figure out a lot of things. finally figured out one. How long is the flight? 54 minutes at the moment, if not quicker. Just so you know, Azul, scheduled time on this flight is 54 minutes. Flight time, oh, I'm sorry, scheduled hour 24, airtime 54 minutes. So probably about 50 minutes we'll be there. But we're on our way, climbing on up. Let me go ahead, retract the flaps the rest of the way. All right, I think we're clear most of the mountains. Let's settle down. Gotta love flying in the Himalayas, always fun. All right, we're on our way. Okay, so we're slowly building our speed back up. And right now, Azul, if you don't see it there at the top, 36 minutes. Give it a few for the descent, though. Welcome in. I'm not sure where all these clouds are coming from. Let me just do a quick... okay, I've got it set for a few clouds. Okay. So there you have it. There was our departure out of Paro for Kathmandu. All right, hope you enjoyed. I learned a lot on that one. I missed a couple steps in pre-flight, but that's okay. We've made up for it. We're just heading on our way to Kathmandu. Ah, so we're in descent phase, and I don't know how to clear that. So we're going to be managing it most of the way. All right, got it. Okay, let's get on up to 36,000 and we'll set the Mach 4. Huh, I don't get a Mach number. That's kind of funny. Top of climb. We'll kind of flatten out a little here. And push it on out. Oh well, I'm not sure, other than maybe the altitude not being set, what would cause that? All right, well, we're on our way. Kathmandu currently stands at about 25 minutes or so away, and should be there pretty decently. We'll see how this all equates out as we draw closer. We had a great departure, great arrival into Paro. Now it's try to do the same. Well, get in on the ground to Kathmandu. So I hope y'all are enjoying your Friday Eve. Tomorrow is Friday, Valentine's Day. Guys and gals, don't forget that special someone. Ooh, it can get ugly in some places. So remember, Valentine's today, tomorrow. And for some of you going, oh, well, you know, they can still be salvaged. Yes, still have a good 8 hours today, plus good till sunup or whenever to run out and get something real quick. All right, we are getting up to our final altitude of 36,000, and we'll be just basically running along the Himalayas here all the way over to Kathmandu. We'll start our descent here shortly, and planning runway 2. But you can see the taller Himalayas sticking through the clouds. If I pan this way, you can see them out in the distance. So Mount Everest is one of those up here. So little chilly this time of the year, I'll bet, up there. That's not on my bucket list to climb Mount Everest. Sorry. Nope. Nope. Would like to fly in and fly out of Paro. I'm not, and I'd like to find out what there is potentially to see there beside the monasteries. But no desire to head up Mount Everest. Another fun one would be Lukla, but overall, when you look at that approach, the toughest thing would be finding the airport, in my opinion. But with those short takeoff landing aircraft, that really shouldn't be that difficult. If you can do Saba, you can do that one. Paro, it's just getting into the airport. Zigzagging around, flying the rivers and all. That's what makes it so challenging. The shortness and the uphillness, it's a one way in, one way out airport at Lukla. Paro, you can, from what I've been told, come in both ways. I can't find an approach for runway 33, but supposedly you can. I'm thinking it's somehow a weird circle to land. So, but now Kathmandu. Tomorrow we've got some Valentine's Day flights kind of lined up. You're gonna have to look at them to understand them. I actually Googled, and it's kind of interesting what came up and where we're gonna fly to. So just kind of interesting, the places that came up. Some that I didn't think of initially, but then it made sense when I thought about it. A couple of them didn't make any sense. So we'll talk more about the Valentine's Day flying tomorrow. So you guys can, and gals can enjoy. All right, we are top of climb. Unfortunately, I do not know right offhand where top of descent will be. All right, I don't like where it's showing me there. So I'm assuming, yeah, the same over here. Okay. All right, let me look at the chart. That always seems to spell it out better. All right, so we're coming over KIMTI at 17,000 or higher. Uh, so about 50 miles from KIMTI. Okay, they're wanting data right now, so we must be close. All right, so I think we got her all set up. We're going to be a little slower on this approach, but overall doesn't look too bad. Okay, about halfway down this runway is perfect. And there we go. Okay, so pretty much Tumli will be our descent point. Okay, once we hit that point, we'll begin our descent. Welcome back in. Here we go. Getting ready to shoot the approach into Kathmandu. And I think then we'll kind of call it for the night. It has definitely been a fun time. That run into Paro is always fun. Once we get the descent established, I'm going to take a quick break, use the restroom, and we're going to land. And I hope y'all enjoyed. Okay. Doing a few things behind the scenes here. Okay, got all of that done. And all right. Okay, we're steepening the descent so we get in here as planned, and I'll take my break afterwards. Look at that beauty. Oh, man. There are some airports for you all probably in there, GA, to go land on those big, tall mountains. Now, Kathmandu is not one of the more dangerous approaches. It's a little tricky, but at RNAV, it's, it is what it is. We're going to have fun with it, though. We're going to shoot from Raton at 250, 10,500 feet, and work our way in. We're going to have to kind of zigzag a little bit around some mountains, but down to, what are we going down to? Where's the airport elevation? Oh, there it is. 4,300, call it 4,400 feet. And we got a lot of altitude to lose here. Okay. Few clouds. And we're beginning our hopeful descent here to 10,500 feet by Moonal. Definitely by Rutan. Rutan? Is that what it is? Rutan? Ratan. Rat-An. Then we get to do the do-see-do to the Kathmandu. Yeah, I'm having too much fun with that. Okay, it looks like we will reach our altitude right at about Moonal, and then we'll just kind of ease on over to Ratan and set up for the approach. Glad you all have been with us this great stream. Hope you can join us for the arrival. Not as spectacular as Paro, but still nonetheless fun into this area. All right, let's just one more time get our numbers. 131, and we're expected about 5,000 or so feet down the runway if we hit the mark right. All right, so we are close to landing. Again, to everyone listening, both on Twitch and YouTube, I highly recommend. Give it a shot. They're hour flights out of Dhaka and Kathmandu. I think the other airport also flies to and from Paro. Give it a shot, folks. It's really, really an interesting, fun RNAV, RNIP approach. And really test your skills. And I'm not just saying that because this is the first time I ever made it in there on the first try. Usually it takes two or three. Even if it does, it is so fun to fly. And to be in that close proximity, there's only a couple of other approaches out there that I can think of on the top of my head that come even close to that. Aspen, slightly, sort of, maybe, kind of. and there's a couple up in Alaska. But really, that approach is really fun. Queenstown kind of, sort of, maybe could fall into that. And Queensland, I think, is what it's actually called in southern New Zealand. That's another fun one. These fun approaches like this are meant not to challenge us, but they do challenge us. The other guys is just another type of approach they fly. So anyway, give it a try. Too many just think, I'm just going to line up on the ILS, come in. Flying these, I mean, look at me. I'll come in on Nashville doing that little button hook in. You're 3 miles out, and if I don't screw up that landing every time, it would be a miracle. John Wayne, same thing. These are some interesting approaches. And they take practice. They take some getting used to. And first time in the cockpit, ooh, I don't claim I could shoot Paro in a real plane. Matter of fact, I think I'd be terrified. Then to throw weather on top of it, oh. So, but here we can have fun. I've seen you all using whatever airplane you want, and that's fine. If that's what floats your boat, go for it. But just in this plane, I'm going to learn some things before I try it again. Mainly how to set up that FPA so I get that 3.5, see how that works with it. I'm going to be doing that all offline. Unless I get a huge outpouring for it to be on stream. All right, we need to get the speed brakes employed. All right, we need to get down to 280. I need to get my chart up because 280, I don't have any 280s, but I do have a 270. And then 250 maximum at Raton. All right, we'll let the airplane do the rest. All right, we are turning towards Rattan and the entrance to Kathmandu. All right, I'm going to take over speed. Kathmandu traffic, Royal Bhutan 400, Rattan inbound 02. Forgotten how hard it is to find this airport. Okay, we've had some fun challenges here. I got the airport in sight over there. Um, yeah, big challenges. All right. But we hopefully will bring this in safely. Sorry. Again, like I said, I'm really apologetic about not being able to chat with y'all, but at the same time, trying to fly these things can be tough. And now we're hand flying it. But straight ahead is our runway. So like I said, this way the RNAV is not as tough. It's coming the other way that it gets a little trickier. 524, we need to be at recommended 67. So let's look to the next one, 522 at 62. And that blue line is the missed approach. Okay, 522 recommended, 6270. We're actually hitting that mark here. All right, and now we make a run to 520, 5,200 feet. All right, we're set. Kathmandu traffic, Royal Bhutan 400. We're approximately 5 miles from your runway 2, full stop. Roger, cleared to land, Bhutan 400. These are right around. Now, coming the other way, you got to go up against those hills in the distance. It's a fun approach, just like I said, Bogota, just like San Jose, Costa Rica. A lot of them are like this. All right, final approach. And Kathmandu, 3 mile final, runway 2, Bhutan 400. Little low. But here you get that nice long straight in. The other way it's a little shorter.
100 above. 300. Minimum.
Oh, by the way, we're landing.
793, go down.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. Fire.
Duluth Fly with the go-around wins the prediction on the landing here. Actually, I'm kind of shocked. Your landing would have won at Paro, the way it recorded that third landing, or more. Yeah, there was a few bounces, but, you know, hey, light bounces, nothing like, you know, drastic. Anyway, welcome in again, Duluth. Enjoying a little R&R. We'll take stand 4 here. All right, welcome here to Kathmandu. Nice airport. I love coming here. I need to fly here a lot more often. This is actually a fun place to come into. Seatbelts are off. That's off. Okay, so let's see. All right, so we are in. I hope you all enjoyed. That was another fun flight. Let's kind of take a look here at what we got. 45 feet a minute out of our airline, Mac Air. The brigade is showing up. Next will be the passenger bus. Okay, so we got everything coming out again. All right, welcome in. Let's take a look at our other clients we have here to check our landing rates and all that good stuff. First off, just double check Mac Air. Got it. And they did, and they've already accepted Paro. Soon this one. All right, so that's a great flight. Okay, welcome in. Let's see. Unload X and X. All right, so Elevatech. Again, this is an alpha product that I'm helping test. Let's do the complete. 43 feet a minute. Wow, I really squeaked that one out. 132 knots, about right. And 1.18 Gs. Not bad from Elevatech. Lot like Volanta, those of you curious, in my opinion. Sim Toolkit is what I like to go with, and there's a lot of reasons. Got 105 feet a minute out of that. But yet Duluth Fly took home the prize of saying, hey, I guessed what Flying with Mike could land at. Sorry, no real prizes. Okay, let's view the details. 1 hour flight, 217 miles, 2,300 kilograms. There's what we've already seen. Here's why I like Sim Toolkit a lot more than I do the Volanta. 2 reasons. 1, no payware in here. That is the big reason. 2, you can't beat the landing analysis here that you get in the landing report. 3, there are so many tools here at your disposal that are great. What flights to and from Kathmandu? I can look those up. I can get in here with my streaming information. I can get in and take a look at screenshots, a whole lot of things that just aren't there with the others. They're just there to track your flight, give you a couple little perks, and push you on your way. That's how I looked at them, and that's why I left Volanta. But anyway, let's look at these landing data, shall we? 1,700 feet down the runway. That is outright awesome on a 10,000 foot runway. 8 feet off the center line. Looks a lot closer when you see it here, but I'll buy it. That seems about right. Sounds like our brakes are a little warm. Okay. All right, and I got the brake fan on. All right, so real quick look at this runway. Okay, where the blue dot is, that is where you're supposed to start your landing from here on the runway. Not back here in the displacement. You're not supposed to. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen, and I really don't care in the sim. But in the real world, if you land in there, you could face November so-and-so, could you please contact the tower at such and such phone number? Never a good radio call. All right, and these hashes are, well, these look like they're a little further, but we'll call it 500 foot. I think they're a little further here in Kathmandu in Nepal. But again, your aiming point is these big, anytime you see those big white pads, that's where you're supposed to visually try to touch down, even though there is significant padding forward of it. And again, we're up in here, so a beautiful flight. Love this. And granted, the weather, automated weather, downloadable real world weather, I turned it off mainly for Paro because there was no weather. It's the middle of the night here, and I just didn't want to take chances of what red and then being 180 degrees different when I get there. So that's why we set it. Speaking of which, let's see what it looks like here. Custom. Oh yeah, it's down here. It takes me a while to recoup. Give it a second. There we go. Done. Apply. Give it a second. And poof. That would have been kind of fun to fly in. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that visibility. Oh yeah, you would have had a hard time. Oh, that'd have been fun through the hills there, even though it's not too far off. Oh yeah. All right. Well, that's gonna be a wrap for both Twitch and YouTube this time. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, especially the Paro flight. That was just dynamite. And wow, I'm going to be talking about that for a while. So thank you again for being a part of Flying with Mike. Tomorrow we got a couple of special flights for Valentine's Day. Check them out. And we'll have more about that tomorrow. So for now, thank you again for flying with us. And as our verse of the day says, you know, let us just take those first 4 or 5 words. Therefore, let us be grateful. That's sometimes the hardest thing, being grateful. I mean, life can throw us some huge curveballs. I mean, mountains 1 minute, deep valleys the next, and all of a sudden we're upside down, flipping around and coming back into whatever. But if you keep your mind forward, keep it looking to the prize ahead, as it says in the rest of it, receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken. Be grateful, folks. You can't have everything, but we can be grateful for what we do have. And I mean, it's tough right now for me to be grateful. I mean, let's be honest. I've been unemployed now almost 9-10 months. And I've got some nibbles. But I don't know. You just don't know. But my mind keeps thinking, I know the end. I know the outcome here. And that kingdom can't be shaken. And I'm just keeping myself focused on it and so grateful for what I do have and not what I don't have. And I think a lot of us need to really think about that. So I hope that sticks with you. And the rest of it there, you know, I'll let you all read. But if you're just grateful for what you have, grateful for receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken, you can't go wrong, folks. Remember to always forgive, be thankful, be grateful, and love. Love is the key to it all. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Hey, it's Friday Eve. That's right, Friday Eve. Tomorrow's Friday. Many of you will have a great weekend ahead of you. Some here in the States, they get a holiday. Enjoy. Be be grateful, be thankful, and have a great time. God bless you all. And, we will see you tomorrow. Hopefully, I won't be silly enough to watch a movie and get sucked into it, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, it's 12:30. Oh, but it was a good movie, 1917. Highly recommended. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. So, God bless. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.